Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamos Report. As usual, as you guys know, we're going to talk about the show that I promised to bring you here, which is the Gambian scammer that scammed his fellow Gambian as usual. So we have the person here himself. I mean, not the scammer, but the individual that was scammed. Before I introduce him, I would like to remind you guys, this is my birthday month, as you guys know. And I've seen some people requesting, you know, for my PayPal. And I'll be sure to put that up, you know, with my, give me a second here, people. Just a second. Something is weird here that I don't want to be up on my page. Okay, let's see. All right, yeah, that's where it's at. I didn't want that there. All right, sorry about that. So the person we're gonna be having here today, who was scammed by this fellow named Wally Ndow. His name is Yaya Jammeh, the individual that was scammed. You know, not to mix him up with Bobby Lemansa, our former dictator. You know, not that Yaya Jammeh, this is a different guy. But I don't want to keep you waiting. You know, I'll bring him on and, you know, let him introduce himself to the audience. While he do that, I'll be sure to put my PayPal up here. Just give me a second. Let me bring in Yaya Jammeh. Hey, Yaya Jammeh, welcome to the Afridamos Report.
Thank you, Abu, you know, for having me here, you know, and then I can say now, happy birthday in advance, you know, and now you're getting old. You're getting pretty old right now.
Okay, hold on. I want to introduce him properly in our language, in Wolof. Just give me a minute. I'll say nice things to him. So, Yaya Hamal ne Afridamos Report nga neka. Fasongi yabate ini bukofi isidenga. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for coming. I appreciate you coming.
I'm just saying happy birthday in advance, Abu.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, can you introduce yourself to the audience and tell them what we're going to be talking about here today?
Well, you know, my name is Yaya Jammeh. I live in Seattle, Washington. You know, I am a correctional officer and I'm a businessman. You know, so what we going to be talking about today, you know, definitely we want to enlighten the, you know, not just the Gambian, but the people, you know, what's going on in our country, in the Gambia, you know, that they have to be really careful dealing with not even contractors, but, you know, just to engage in business in that country. They should be very careful.
We'll definitely touch on all that here. So yeah. So I have the picture of this fella whose name is Wally Ndow. Can you tell us a little bit about Wally Ndow, how you got involved with Wally Ndow, how you know him, and where he's from? Can you give us a little synopsis on that?
Well, Wally Ndow is from the Gambia, Old Joshua, as we know. And Wally Ndow and I, we're schoolmates back in the day, from, I believe, grade 7 to grade 12. When I came here, we used to talk, just as a friend and stuff, just to check on him sometimes. So, when I visit the Gambia, that was in 2015, if I remember. So I ran into him around Senegambia area. And Mr. Ndow told me that, he is now a contractor.
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but can you come in the space of the camera? You're a little bit out. Yeah, we can. Yeah, if you can.
Hold on one sec. Can you see me now?
Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect.
So Mr. Ndow informed me at that moment that he's
hold on. Yeah, but that's good. Yeah, because it's behind you is so wide.
It's the wall right now. But anyway.
Maybe slanted a little bit. All right, that's good.
That's not good.
It's just it's shiny and it's a bit distracting.
Okay, let me turn up the light. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can. It's still shiny.
No, that's better. That's better. That's good.
Yeah,
right
it was. Sorry, it was.
There. Anytime you go that way, okay, that's good. You stay.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the reflection of the light. I don't know what's going on here.
Can you, because when you go the other way, where you came from, it's much better.
Okay, let me sit in different angles.
All right. Sorry, folks. Yaya is a bit technically, it's not that technically savvy. So,
how was that?
Perfect. That's good.
I can see, you can see it right now. Let me turn up. Okay. Are you still seeing it? No?
You're good right there. It's just when you sit down, it seems like it changes. Like, can you close those blinds?
The blinds are over.
Oh, really? Maybe shut off one of the lights. I'm not sure.
All the lights are closed. It's just like the reflection right now. Let me sit in. Guess I don't know. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, it's okay. You're fine right there. That should be good.
Yeah, because right there, I don't have no chair. I have to stand up here. I'm trying to close the blinds here, but
yeah, I want you to be comfortable so that the people can hear you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do too, because where I'm sitting right here is not comfortable, but I can deal with it. So
okay,
it's still I see what you're talking about. I can see the
it's just it's the glare, but I don't see it now.
You don't see it now?
But
I'm not comfortable, but it's okay. All right, how about that?
Yeah, that's good. That's perfect.
Well, I'm not okay. Let's just do this. It's okay.
I mean, get a seat because I want you to be comfortable, so we can talk about all the details, so the people can hear what you have to say.
Let me find this way. Do you still have that problem?
Much better.
Much better. Okay. This. I can see it coming and going.
Yeah. Is it the light or what is it? Is it the sun coming in and out?
Yes, is the sun coming in and out through the blinds. But when I close the blinds, there's a little gap that the sun will kind of like come through,
Penetrate. Like, can you sit
penetrating.
like opposite of it? So,
Yeah, I am sitting right now opposite of it.
okay, that's good. I don't see it.
And go. It just depends on the, the you see, I'm not even moving the camera. Yeah.
You might have a ghost in that house.
No, I don't have a ghost. It's just like my,
All right, let's do it. Let's get on with it. So you went to school with Mr. Wally Ndow. He was your classmate in junior high or high school. Some like,
yeah, in junior high and high school. So,
okay. Take it from
so
there.
one of my visit in the Gambia, I went down there to visit family and stuff. So I ran into him around the Senegambia area. So Wally informed me that he's engaged in construction building and stuff. So, so he was like, well, let me know if you, building your house and stuff. Maybe I can see what I can do to assist you so that we can work together. So he handed me his card and I grabbed the card. I informed Wally that at that moment I was building, but I didn't have, because I had some Senegalese building for me at that moment. So, but I didn't have anything going on. I told Wally that, look, if I am looking into building again, since I got your information and we're gonna be, communicating, here and there, I will inform you. I will give you a call. He was like, yes. So when I came back to the States, sometimes on Facebook or sometimes he will just call me just to check on me, just to keep in and stuff like that. So that's what happened. So around November of 2019, I wanted to build my home in Salaji. So then, when I spoke to my wife about the plan and stuff like that, so my wife was waiting for the Senegalese people to get done with the, remember, I was building when I met Wally. So
Is
my
this
wife.
this is so you were working with a Senegalese company, Senegalese build.
Senegalese company, yes.
Okay, so they were already building
They
a
were
place
already
for you.
they were doing fine. I don't have no problem with them. They were honest. You know what I'm saying? They were communicating with me the whole time,
Okay.
and then whatever I need from them, they kind of like they produce to me for me. So then what happened was like, when me and Wally was talking at that moment, so then, all of a sudden we wanted to build one of our home in Salaji. Then,
Saladi, this is
this,
this is where is this at? Can you explain?
well, Salaji is just like behind Brusubi.
So this is a place in Gambia too.
Yeah,
then?
yeah. It's a place in Gambia, just right behind Brusubi.
Okay.
So then, when my wife told me that, when I discussed with my wife told me that, look, let's wait for, these guys to get done and then we can propose this one for them too. So I was like, wait. I have a friend in mind that I, particularly that I had promised that, hey, I will definitely try to give him my business because he's a schoolmate. He was trying, he saw me that he have a company in the Gambia. He saw me that he is doing really well in the Gambia. So I want to patronize him. Just like, because, when I see him doing good, everything that he shows me looks great. I was pleased. I was happy. So I was like, look, let me just, let me just talk to him and then we can go from there. So my wife, okay, did you trust him? I was like, well, yes, he
So
is.
did you prior to this, right? When Wally Ndow told you that he has a company, he's a builder, did you ever have any like, did you talk to people, do investigation to see if he's built any other other buildings prior to that? Like,
Yes, because even you know, when I met him, I was with one of my friend Sam Bujang. You know, Sam. He go by the name Sam. Even Sam, kind of like attest to that, telling me that Wally Ndow is a good builder and all that. Where to get, you know. And then when I used to talk to one of our schoolmate, Fgal, who is living in New York, Fgal informed me that, Wally Ndow is building, her mother house in somewhere in Bruceville, you know. So, the people connected, we all know the same kind of people. They all tested that Wally Ndow is building. And then when my wife had the information, when I brought up the information to my wife wanted to see what, had Wally Ndow built already. Can Wally Ndow send those pictures on Facebook so that, or just on our WhatsApp, so that we can see what, he have going. So then when my wife mentioned that, I get on the phone, call Mr. Ndow. I was like,
did
look,
Mr. Ndow have a website or a page?
he have a page on Facebook.
On Facebook, yes. Okay.
On Facebook. Then I saw my wife the website on Facebook, but you met my wife, very smart, but she wasn't convinced at that moment. She wanted me to call Wally for Wally to send, just to send her the update ones, the recent ones, recent photos on WhatsApp. So when I engaged Wally on the phone, Wally was just sending me everything. Even after that, I realized that he was sending me even stuff that he didn't build.
Yeah.
So okay. It was just after, from there, my wife saw all these beautiful buildings, and then she was like, well, this guy is, I think this guy is great. He can, these buildings are credible. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, look, Wally, I think you have me already convinced. So now let me talk to my wife and I will get back to you. Because my wife was kind of iffy about it, Yeah. So then I spoke to my wife. I remember, for like almost 5-6 days. And then, we agree upon like, we'll go ahead with Wally proposal. Then when I called Mr. Ndow, I was like, okay, now, we want you to build for us, but we're not ready for you to build for us because remind you, this is around, we are going back and forth with Wally around August. So we told Wally, we're not ready.
August of what year?
August of 2019.
2019. Okay.
August of 2019. So we, then I informed Wally, look, we're not ready for you to build for us right this minute, but we're thinking about leaning on, around the end of the year, which is 2020, January of 2020. And Mr. Ndow he was like, well, you don't have to wait that long. He's trying to convince us to do it now. He was like, if you do it around that time, the building materials are very expensive. It's just around that time where all, the semesters are building. So
and when you say semester, because like most of my viewers here are not actually from Gambia, so some of the terms. So when you say semesters, these are not the Back to Africa movement people, right?
Yes.
This is the actual Gambians who live in the West, and every year they would go on vacation.
Yes, because like semesters, meaning that the Gambian living in the diaspora, going back, not even in the in America or whatever, wherever you may, live or whatever. So just going back home to visit or back home to invest in your country.
And those are the semesters.
Those are the semesters. Like people
Okay.
like you, you know,
I can,
yeah, you consider when you go back home a semester, you know.
okay. Well,
So yeah,
thanks for letting us know that. Keep
well,
going.
thank you. So then he told us that it's not a good time for, to wait till that end of the year. So we have to do it quick. And so that, because if we do it quick, the price of the material will, we will save a lot of money, you know. So I was like, well, let me get back to my wife, and then talk to her, and then I will get back to you. And then, before I even hang up the phone, he said, I will give you at least, I believe, 10% discount
Hmm.
from the price that, he's charging. Now he is willing to knock off 10%. Well, we live in America. We love deals, you know? So
You
I was
love
like,
deal.
okay,
Huh.
maybe I will take you on your offer.
Right.
When spoke to the boss, let her know that, okay, Wally is willing to do it right now, and then he is willing to knock off 10%. We do the numbers, and then, we're like, okay, yeah. So then
But
we are
at this,
supposed.
sorry, at this point, did you ever like go and physically see any place where he's actually like what his projects he's working on, or it was all through photos?
Well, it was all through photos, and then when we link one of my sister who was running the project for us, who is like the mediator between us and Wally,
Okay.
and then she attests to that Wally is a builder at that point. So
Okay.
because we're here, we're not back home, So everybody around our circle, or the people that I'm talking to, they're telling me that the guy is a builder. So from that point, and then yeah,
You
and
went with it.
I went with it. I was like, you know what, my thing is like, I was so excited, like my old friend is doing good, you
And you
know,
wanted to support him.
yeah. And then my heart is like, I just wanted to support him. Remind you, I have people from Senegal building for me at the same time that I don't even know, and I met them through, people that I knew,
Is this Wally? Is he licensed and registered?
Well, I don't know, because you know how our country is. Sometimes somebody can wake up, they say that they're marabouts. They're not licensed to be a marabout.
Yeah.
They can wake up and say they are this,
Right.
Even your former president wake up and say he can treat, HIV.
Right.
So people can wake up and say what they want to say.
Right.
And what can you say? So I go, I went with it. Then he sent us the contract, and then the way that he works, like if I reach to this stage, you have to give me this. If I just everything in stages
And
that
how
we have.
much at that point? How much down? I mean, like, how much money was he asking to be given for the first to start the project and to start the project for you?
To start the project, he was asking for $800,000.
And how much is that in American money?
I think that is what, almost 15,000 by then.
15,000.
And the rate 15,000 to 16.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he was asking for that. So then I was like, okay. And then he said that now he can go in around around October, November. He will go in before just to level up the place, make sure that he just level the whole place, so that
He can
construction
start. Uh-huh.
will be easy for him. So I was like, okay, So right
And
before I sent him the money, he went and kind of like just level the whole field. you know, just to show me that he is really serious. And when I saw that, I was like, I turned to my wife again. I was like, I think, you know, this guy is really serious, you know?
Hmm.
And that's what happened. It seemed like you wanted to ask another question. What was that?
No, no, I was. You already answered it.
Yes.
I was gonna ask exactly. No, did you guys have a time frame on how long, this project was supposed to go on? Like, did he tell you when he can deliver the house ready for you?
Yes. He informed us that if we gave him the money around October, November, you know, he will, just, you know, he will get done with the with the with the with the first level. They call it lento. He will get done around
March of 2020.
March of 2020.
So, what's the name of? Is he a company, or he's operating just as Wally Ndow, or he has an actual company's name?
He have an actual company name. His company name is Ndawen Consult, construction company.
Okay.
Yeah, just Ndawen Construction. Just make it simple.
Okay. Yeah, the reason why I'm asking, because we have a lot of people that are thinking about repatriating to Gambia. We have the Pan-African movement going on. So, and so they would like the names that have been thrown around here, not just
Yes,
based
yes.
it on the individual, but if the companies as well. So that's why I'm asking to clarify all that.
And it's very good to, people, I think people, like you said, people should know this is not about me. I don't treat myself like a victim. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here to make sure that what happened to me, it's not going to happen to somebody in New York or somebody in, in Minnesota or in Europe.
Correct.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm out. And every time I have the opportunity, I will come out and speak to the people so that stuff like this is not happening to them. I think, this is very good that, I'm right here talking to you about it. This is
Yeah.
good.
No,
And people should be coming out and, just speak about these kind of matters. This is the
right.
only way that we can hold these people accountable and make
Well,
sure that we can just get rid of them.
perfect, perfect. So the project, Wally went there. He started clearing, the
Yes.
plot, to start the project. Walk us through from there.
Yes. And then we have a timeline that he will get ready, between, around March,
March,
end of
March,
March.
March
Yeah.
of 2020.
2020.
Okay.
Then, then they start the digging just for the foundation. And then this foundation took him almost a month or even two. Every time he went there, he would dig a little bit and stop,
So at this time, did he already,
get the
you know,
money.
get the money?
He get the money. We
How
just
was
give
the
it.
how was the communication after he got the money?
Well, when before he get the money, he was calling all the time. He was nice on the phone, everything, and then he will even send us a picture because we sent him the structure of the building that we wanted, the building plan, you know, and then sometimes he will just even communicate with us, like, look, we can put something here. He will just add his own touch in, just like that. This is before he got the money. He was involved in what we want. But after he got the money, when you call him, he will ignore the call and he will call back, but it takes time. But you can see the trend that he is pulling away. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the problem. So then the digging, it takes him a long time. So then he didn't finish the digging for months.
Hmm.
So
just
I
to wait, to just dig and
did.
start a foundation, and that took a month. That's not like a couple days, just months.
Yeah, that's
Huh.
not even normally people will be like a week or two or less than that. It depends on your, what I'm saying, size of the house.
Well,
But anyway,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's somebody here saying, right? You know, oh, this is BS. He advertises Ndawan Consult Civil Engineering and Construction. It's a construction-based company in the Gambia and have been in the construction industry for the past 10 years. We are well known and recommended throughout the Gambia by both government and private individuals. We specialize in all construction works. Is it the same individuals, or is he saying, Wally hijacked their name? I'm not sure which one is it, but he thinks you're giving false advertisement about
Or
their
reality,
company. But
come
but
on, if you,
no, but
because let them, because you have read in the, just
yes,
in
I've
the
seen
past
the
couple of months,
paperwork.
the
Right,
paperwork, how many people came out, and it's not just me.
right.
There's a lot of people that are out there saying the same thing. If you want, I can bring you a
Oh no,
bunch of, I'm in communicating with all these people. There is
well, the
almost,
reason why I read this to you, I wanted to make sure so you can touch on whether it's Wally operating on his own, or there's, it's a whole crew, because obvious someone here is our movement seems like he works for Ndawen, construction. But continue. When you got, when you receive, when he received the money, the communication started dwindling, right?
you can see that this fool is pulling away. You know, when you call him, he didn't respond, or he would take time before he respond. You know, and then this just the digging of the
Foundation.
foundation take him a long time. So now what he did is, like, when I called him, I tried to engage him. I was like, dude, look, you know, this digging is taking a long time. I sent my sister there, and he's telling me, you guys are, sometimes you guys are not even there. What's going on? What you asked me to do to pay you, you know, and then that's the reason why I take a contractor, because I don't want to be worried about anything. Give you the money, you do your job. That's what I did. And then now you went in and start digging, and you never finish the digging, and it's taking time over time over time. What's going on? But his answer was like, well, the ground is, I think, how they call it, they say it's clay. The ground is clay. It's really hard to dig.
Hmm.
I was like, come on now. I was like, don't F with my intelligence. I was like, you decided to open a construction company. You tell me that, a construction company, you have it, because you know what you're going through when you operate a construction company. Digging is number one thing that you have to do, So you should get your equipments or whatever you have there, make sure that, you're doing the right thing,
Right.
Yeah, it's not my fault, then you don't have a tools that people use tools to dig, that's not my job. My job is to give you the money.
Right.
But it was going back and forth. Then all of a sudden, we forget about the digging and stuff, because I was tired just engaging him all the time. Then I called him again. I was like, dude, still the digging is not, finished yet. Then he sent me an X-ray, picture,
Mm-hmm.
showing that he was kind of sick.
He
You know,
said
he
he was sick.
he was sick. He wasn't feeling good because he was involved into a car accident.
But is he, wait, is he, that's why I'm asking, is he a one-man show? Is he the one doing the digging?
No, no, no,
Doesn't he
no.
supposed to have people?
He don't even dig. He have team.
So
He
so
have
what
he
does
have
his
even
accident?
listen. He have even a second man in charge. that, you know, he gave us his number, you know, and, you know, his name is Silla by then, you know, his name is Silla. He said that if we don't have him, this is his foreman, he's the guy in second in charge, then we can consult him, you know. And I remind him that moment that we don't give Silla our contract, we give you our contract. So remember that. But still we can talk to Silla, you know. So that's what happened. Then, you know, he saw us that one of his rib, you know, is broken or whatever, you know, he was just acting out. I was like, wow. So I came from work. And then because I told him that, you know, because you know my line of work, sometimes it's hard for people to reach me at work on my phone, you know, because I don't answer my phone when I'm at work because I work, you know, sometimes 6 days a week, you know. So I kind of like told him that, look, you know, to communicate, you have to communicate with my wife. But everything that you talk, you know, you talk about, you know, with my wife or anybody, I will come home, then my wife will let me know what's going on. And that's what happened.
So our movement just corrected what he said. I guess it's a misunderstanding. He said he's not doubting what you're saying. He's saying that Ndow is fake company.
Okay. Then, all right, because I understand, because it's on the papers everywhere. You know. So then what happened was when I came home, my wife, you know, played a message to me and then showed me the X-ray, you know, photos that Wally sent him.
So when Wally got your money, I want to clear this. So when he got, prior to getting the money, he was healthy. Everything is good. The phone calls are good. So when he got the money, all of a sudden the ground became so hard, you know. And then from there, all of a sudden he got in a car accident and his rib, is it one rib or two ribs that got broken?
I don't remember. He just
but as soon as he got your money, you know, the gist of it, when he got your money, all these bad things started happening, correct?
Yes. And then so I feel that he is pulling away from me and stuff. So, but what I did was, like, when I came home, my wife played the, you know, the video that Wally sent him, and the audio, and then showed me the pictures and stuff. So we just laughed. And I, you know, I turned around, I was like, you know, we already know what he is doing right now. I was like, this guy is not serious.
Started turning into the Gambian business.
This is the only reason I remember. That's what, you know, why you were telling me that don't give Gambians our, you know what I'm saying, contracts, you know. So then I feel so stupid because I'm the one that introduced my wife to Wally. I'm the one that brought Wally on board. So I was kind of like very disappointed. And all I wanted to do is to help this guy. All I wanted to do is to patronize this guy, you know. But this is what I got. So then, you know, came February of 2020. Remind you, the digging is not finished. Now we went almost 3 months.
3 months.
The digging is not done, you know. So then, you know, I was like, wow. So end of February, around March 6th, you know, I can remember. Then, you know, because the digging is not done. And then we have a timeline around March that he will finish the, you know, the first level. It's not done.
Okay, so by March, the building should have already been up.
Yes.
But now even the digging didn't happen much more.
The digging didn't happen. There is no forced concrete floor, nothing, you know. So, you know, come on, do the math. You know, you think that when somebody wanted to just get to Lento from, you know, the late February to March, that person can definitely come with that? No, they can't even make it happen. So when I called him, I was like, look, you know, you are playing with us here. because you're messing up with our timeline. There is no way that you can make this happen. You rather took the money and eat it or something, or you are just crazy or stupid, or you think that we're stupid. We don't know what you're doing.
So at
So
this time, did you?
he mentioned that, well, I'm comfortable with the timeline. This is going to be really quick. I was like, dude, do you know that this is a building that, I'm going to be living with my family? Do you think that I just want you to just put, sand and bricks and stuff like that, just like that? You're crazy.
Did
So from
Wally Ndow, did he wear a lot of nice kaftans and drives nice car?
absolutely, he will drive Range Rovers. He will change cars.
Audrey, you got your answer. So okay, so the designs of actual
Yeah,
scammer.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's he will wear all these designers and stuff all the time. You will see him with different cars and all that. But yeah, so this is what happened. So around March 6th, my wife and I, we decided to terminate the contract because we didn't see no progress. To begin with, there's nothing going on. He didn't do anything, and we already pay him our money. So we said, screw it. We're just gonna just take him out, and then we will deal with him to give us our money on the other end.
So did he? So when you terminated the contract, explain to us, what about your money? Did you get your money? Did he return your money?
No, I didn't. Till now, I didn't even get a penny. I didn't even get a penny.
So yeah, can you tell us, is this like before we get into your saga with Wally, because I know there's a part 2, 3 to this.
Well, yeah, there's a part 4.
When it comes to this land situations, money and all that in Gambia, buying land, building, is this a normal thing where there is tons of Wally Ndows where people always run into these roadblocks, people's money been taken? Because we have our own, Pan-African real estate agent over there, Blackseat, you've heard the name Juliet,
yes.
So she also, I mean, she's not a builder, but people have accused her of similar thing like Wally Ndow here, that she took the money and she didn't deliver. She also drives, she drives Range Rovers now, and she wear nice designer clothes. Is this a common thing there?
Yes. This is the new norm in the Gambia. People should be careful. There is a lot of Wally Ndow in the Gambia. Not even in the construction building, but even buying lands. People have to be careful. There is no reason that you are building, you can go back home, and build for yourself. Because I learned from this. This is my experience. But from what I knew today, I would go back home and do it myself.
So you're saying don't send your money to anyone. You go there and do it yourself.
Yes. But Abu, if you remember, we start giving money to our fathers, our sisters. They were doing these kind of things, taking our money because they think that we owe them. They have the right to take our money. You know what I'm saying? And then, we get fed up with all that. We don't trust our family members no more. We went on and hire our friends outside. The same thing. They start taking money, So now we are like, okay, let's go to, and deal with these construction companies so that, they will just build and give you the key and stuff like that. But the moment you pay them, you won't hear from them again, Every day there's this kind of problem in the Gambia.
So what you're saying, because some diasporans that are going there, they think this is only happening to them because the Gambians hate them. Can you explain, like you're explaining? So this is not just them. We, the Gambians ourselves, we're getting scammed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we're getting scammed. It's not like they hate us or whatever and stuff, but we should be definitely be vigilant, open our eyes, and know who we're dealing with. There is no way that you don't have a papers you want to build back home. It's gonna hurt you. Wait, you can buy the land. Even the land, you have to be careful. Today, somebody else can sell you a land, and they can sell it to 5, 6 different people. Before you sit here in America or in Europe or wherever you are, thinking that you have a land. You went on there, you went down there, sorry, and somebody already built a mansion in there. What are you going to tell that individual? To bring his house down? I think there should be definitely, something in place. Something in place. I think this have to do with us and the government. They have to put something in place for before you operate a company like a construction company, or before you have a real estate company. Those things, they should definitely censor those things and look into it before
because there's a lot of real estate companies that are popping up. They advertise on YouTube here and stuff online. So are you saying these are not trustworthy? We shouldn't be sending our money to these people?
Well, I'm not saying all of the companies. I'm just saying that people have to be vigilant. People have to vet these companies. People have to know who they're communicating with. I'm sure that there's some successful stories that there's like nice construction company that already built their houses and stuff. Even if I'm trying to suggest right now for somebody to give me some input or some ideas, they will send me a link in your platform right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people have to be careful. This is my experience.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my experience. I don't want my experience to be your experience, to be somebody else's experience. That's why I'm talking, and I will keep talking.
This is good. So Wally Ndow, you terminated the contract. Now your money, you needed your money to be returned. Walk us through how that played out or is playing out.
Well, it's very hard. We've been going through it, and then I called him about my money. He told me that, okay, I can send my sister, and then she will, he will give, my sister a check,
A check, okay.
a check for me, So when my sister went there, Wally was crying, begging for my sister to
Wait. Your sister goes to Wally to collect the check. So instead of collecting the check, Wally was crying. Why is Wally crying? Is it because of his rape or what?
Well,
why was he crying?
It's just, come on, it's just, it's just all a scam. He was trying to look so emotional about it, like he have some, kind of like he don't feel good why he is doing all these things and stuff. He want us to feel really remorseful about the whole idea.
Remorseful for what? But you just want your money, right?
I just want my money.
Why is he crying? You're the one that's supposed to cry.
That's what I think.
Okay.
So when I sent my sister, then he, my sister told me while he was trying to, just look, trying to just kind of like convince her that she should tell me to, kind of let him, just carry on with the contract. Then this time he will deliver, because he got some roadblocks or whatever. He's just saying a lot of nonsense, So then
you didn't get the check.
She didn't get the check. So when she came back home, she called me. She was like, well, I went to Mr. Ndow to collect the check, but he was there crying, talking about you should definitely forgive him and let him carry on with the contract. So I called Wally again. I was like, dude, You know, you told me to send my sister for you to give her the check, but there's no check. What's going on? She was like, well, I'm definitely embarrassed. I will give you your money, but I want to talk to you first. So I was like, look, I don't have anything to talk to you about. And back and forth, back and forth. Every time I call him, I call the wife. I call the sister.
Wally's wife?
Yeah.
Was she involved in this?
Well, no, she is not part of it. But like I said, when I'm trying to collect my money, I will call family member. Maybe they can just talk to him to give me my money.
Oh,
I was just trying
so
to
you
make.
got okay. So you guys turned it into like
trying to make sure that I can take care of the situation on the lowest level.
Oh, instead of going to court and stuff like that.
See what I can do to collect my money. And
Okay.
this is what. So I called the wife. The wife informed me, that, well, if she know that I was giving Wally's money, I was giving Wally money, then she would stop me.
Who, the wife said that?
The wife said that. The wife said that there is a lot of people complaining the same thing, that for her, she is tired of Wally. She is tired of Wally. She just want to even vacate from the marriage. That's what the wife says. But the wife said that, look, I will talk to, his mother, who is Wally's mother. And then, we can go from there. Call me in a couple of days and I will, tell you where we stand from this.
So they didn't want the police involved. This is why right?
They didn't want the police involved. I find out that it wasn't just me. There's a lot of, I hate to call them victim, because when I come out and talk, I'm not a victim. I'm trying to just make sure that this won't happen to, what I'm saying? A lot of people out there. Because when I say I'm a victim, I see it like a sign of weakness, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But anyway, then we go the whole 9 yards. The wife talked to the mom and all that. Just nothing. Every time the wife will call me, well, we will give you, half next month. We will, just the whole Gambian thing.
Right.
But nothing. Then, I've been going on for a long time there. I say, screw it. I'm going back home to see him.
You flying to Gambia to see him yourself?
Just to see him myself.
Okay.
Walk
us through what happened when you got there.
So when I went down there, and then, I was, we went to, because I wanted to see Wally myself, but my sister was begging me, saying that, she know one of the, anti-crime agent that, she already talked to him, and then that person is waiting for me to go there so that we can file a report. And I even told my sister, why would you do that? Let me talk to Wally face to face and see what's going on. But, she know what I'm, I don't want to mention. But anyway, then, I was like, okay. So the agent called me telling me that he wanted me to go, talk to him and stuff like that.
Wait. So you go, this is supposed to be a police officer. Yes. Anti-crime. This is what they do. So you explain to him what is going on.
So I explained to him what is going on, on the phone when he called. I explained everything, we just, and then he was like, well, he have to hear the other side of the story too,
which is Wally's side.
So he invited us to come to the station, and so we went to the station that day. When we scheduled to go to the station, then, he called Wally. He called, he scheduled with Wally. Wally tell him that.
Did they know? These people, do they know Wally personally?
Well, the agent say that he have a lot of, a couple of people claiming the same thing about Wally.
Okay.
So they know the dealing already, But at that time, Wally, had a case there too. The same, I believe, the same kind of accusation, you know. Then what had happened was, like, when they called Wally, trying to tell Wally to come to the station, when they informed Wally that I'm the one that took him there, that summoned him down to
the police station. So did you know?
Yeah.
Did he know that you were in the Gambia at this time?
He didn't know until
it was a surprise.
It was a surprise.
Okay.
So when the officer told him that, Wally was kind of like, "What? You know, is Yaya here?" And they told him, "Yes, he's the one that, you know, give your complaint. So, you know, yeah, you should come here, you know, maybe around, you guys should meet up here around 4 p.m. Gambian time, you know." So then he was like, no, I don't want him there. He was like, Yaya is a good friend. You know,
Wally is saying that he doesn't want you to be there. Why?
Yes, because he said that he is embarrassed to see me. You know, because, you know, he don't even know how, you know, he will look at me when he see me there. He told the officer that.
But he's supposed to be arrested. Does it matter if you are there or not?
Yes. But he told the officer, look, I know that this is about his money. You know, I've been trying to find his money to give it to him. You know, I told him that I will give it to him. I just want him to give me some time. I will pay him his money.
Wait.
Everything that, you know, everything that this guy is saying is true. I'm not here to defend on the phone to defend myself. So he acknowledged, you know, that
what you are saying is true.
It's true.
So why didn't they arrest him?
Well, they told him to come down there to the prison, you know. So then what had happened is, like, well, the officer called me back and informed me, look, you know, Mr. Ndow is, you know, saying that you don't need to come. Mr. Ndow is saying that, you know, he's, you know, embarrassed to see you, you know, and everything that you're saying is true. So we still have to have him here, but you don't need to come down there. You just have to, you can write a statement and drop it.
Wait, so they are going to honor the criminal's request?
Yeah.
Huh,
so there, I told the officer, look, this dude have no right to tell me if I'm, you know, had to show up or not. He don't dictate what's going on. I was like, I pay for my flight to come here to take control of this thing, you know. He should get his ass here right now, you know. And I'm not stopping, I'm showing up. And the officer was like, yeah, you were right. I was just trying to see what you're gonna say. I was like, why are you trying to see what I'm gonna say? You should tell that to Wally himself. And that's what happened. So we went down there. I, you know, remind you, I was there around, the appointment was around 4, I think it was supposed to be around 4 p.m. No, it was, yeah, for around 4. Then this guy didn't show up. We sat there almost for 3 hours. He didn't show up.
Why he didn't show up?
He didn't show up. They called him every time you know, every time they called him, he would mention that he is down at the corner right by Airport Junction.
So how come the police didn't go pick him up?
I mean, in that country, man, even, you know, everything is like you have to pay for a taxi for a police to go pick up somebody. You know, you, the victim, have to pay, you know, for something.
The transport, you gotta provide the transport for the cop to pick somebody up.
Yes.
They don't have their own cars.
And that's sad.
The cops, they don't have their own cars.
Well, I'm not saying they don't have their own car, but they will tell you they don't have the resources. Maybe they have cars, but it's not enough to, you know what I'm saying?
They don't have gas.
They don't have gas, just the resources contain everything, you know? So that's what happened. And then we sat there. This fool is telling me that, you know, when when they ask me to speak out, I narrate everything that I'm telling you right here. We discuss about it now. They asked him to make a statement, what he think about, what I'm saying.
So
And
Wally, did he end up coming
he
on
ended up
that day?
coming after
And he
3 hours.
saw you?
He saw me. He
Mhm.
came to greet me and stuff, Salaam alaikum and whatever it is. I don't even answer. I didn't even blink. I wanted to just cross him. That's what I wanted. But hey, I just wanted to just keep my cool and just relax and just let him just deal with these people. Because because one thing I was like, look, I was confident that this would resolve the situation because the way that I heard about this anti-crime unit, they're strict, they're just by the book, they're this, they're that, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, but it's not there. It's all lies. It's all lies.
Hmm.
Yes. So we sat there, he claimed everything, and then he was like, well, I'm embarrassed, yes, he is right. I would
Did he
give him
cry?
his money. He started, yeah, because he started, yeah, he was, crying, yeah.
He
He
pulled
was
up
like,
in,
yeah.
did he pull up in his Range Rover?
I don't know because at this point he parked, I don't even see what car he brought there. Maybe he parked far away from the prison or whatever, the station, you know. So this is what happened. So now, remind you, this is around, is 2020, this is 2021, 2021 January, you know. So around February, we're supposed to be coming down, around February 18, around that time. So then when they asked him to, he have to pay the money. The agent told him that, look, you have to pay the money. You admit that you took the money, now you're going to pay the money, So now we're going to make sure that we put this thing on installment so that you can pay him. So the first payment should be in the amount of $250,000. He was like, yeah, I don't mind doing that and stuff like that. He just want them to leave him alone after that. So then, but he was supposed to pay me the first installment because he knew that I was leaving on the 18th, because when I was talking to the agent, I mentioned it. I'm not going to be, staying too long. I'm going to be flying. And the agent asked me, when you're flying out? And I told him. But instead of Wally picked before the 18th, guess what he did? He picked he picked the 25th of
Wait,
February.
did you tell him when you were leaving?
No, I didn't tell Wally. I was talking to the agent at that time. When the agent asked me, that's when Wally heard me, I believe, what I tell the agent that
Wait,
I'm going to
so this anti-crime, their job is to fight crime, right?
fight crime.
So didn't they arrest Wally? They just want to sit there and tell Wally when he's supposed to be paying you. How does that even work?
I don't know because now, they're telling me that, well, they're there just to make sure that they can diffuse the situation on the lowest level because it seemed like, they can't do much. The only thing they can detain him, but it's going to end up in court. I have to go to court and stuff like that. But talking to Wally, they just want to have Wally's word that he's going to pay the money and then how he can pay the money, you know. So Wally said that he can pay, by installment, So we agree upon that. Then, I came back the 18th. So, but the agent told me that he will communicate with me when Wally, put the first payment. So on the 24th of February,
Did you trust that?
well, because my sister was there, the agent was there and stuff like that. I didn't trust that. But hey, Wally is now willing to come, out and give me my money in the right way. So I will do whatever it takes to get my money, So I was like kind of like vulnerable. The whole thing was just a mess, you know. So, as far as Wally can find a way to provide my money, I would take that chance, you know. So that's what happened. Then on the 25th, on the 24th, you know, in the evening, the agent called me, and then he informed me that Wally did call him, stating that he's going to be coming there with a check. So I was like, good, the first check is going in. But when Wally came down there, Wally came with a check from Gambian Red Cross, stating that the check is not matured yet for him to cash the check. So he is just there. Yeah, he is just there to show the agent that this is the check. When I cash it, I will bring it to you. But guess what? On the 25th of that day, so Wiley told the agent that, the check, he's supposed to be cashing the check the 28th. Yeah, before, yeah. So then, the agent saw the check, and then Wiley called the agent all the time. The agent think that Wiley is doing, he's going to be okay. Then came the 28th. They didn't hear from him. They call, nothing. And I'm already here.
That's interesting. So what are you doing about it?
Well, after that, because it's crazy that, it's like right now, it's like 5 of us that, Wally, had taken money from. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a lot of us right now. So we have like a forum. We discuss about how we're going to approach these things all the time. And then we kind of like give each other advice to how to handle these matters and stuff. But like I said, so I think three other of the guys, they're in the courts with Wally. The last one, Aliu, just won his.
Oh, you guys took him to court?
Yes, he won. And then yes, and then they asked Wally, how do you want to pay this guy? And then Wally say he can give the guy $5,000 every month
to the officer.
And Wally Aliu almost, well, yeah.
So Aliu, that's a separate individual.
That's a separate individual.
So how did the case end up? Because this anti-crime was involved in it, right?
Well, my case went to anti-crime.
So did you go to court?
Aliu's case went to the police. Then after the police, and then he took Wally to court. Efgar case went to the police, and then he took Wally to court. There is an old lady too, took Wally to court. And the whole thing, the whole thing is a mess because none of them received their money. The only, Wally owe Efgar, I think Fatu Seka, Wally owe her, I think $1 million.
So there is no.
Wally end up just paying $66,000 to that lady.
So hold on, 66,000. So hold on. So you're saying is he paying off the police? How is he getting away with this? He's not getting arrested. None of that.
No, I don't know. It's kind of like you've been seeing me. The past 3 months, I've been talking to all media platform in the Gambia, everybody out there, about our stories. We're out there, talking to everyone. But even sometimes when you call these media platforms, they will like, what I'm saying, they will say they're going to report it. But, at the last minute, Wally will go there and give them something and they will just let the story go. They will call you and ask you all the information. And then, what I'm saying, just you kind of like believe that they will report that, the situation. But after a couple of days and stuff, you don't hear from them, or they will report something and just leave something just to make sure that it's not even, what I'm saying? And it's sad. This is our country. These things are sad. We have to make sure that we have to hold these people accountable. You know, there should be accountability. You know, people like Wally, you know, they need to be in jail. They should
I
be locked
agree.
down right now. They need to be locked in prison, you know? Yeah. So this is very sad, you know, because, you know, what he did to me, he can do it to somebody else. Leaving him outside the street is like, it's not going to resolve anything. He's
So
going to be
Wally,
doing it and doing it and doing it again. When this thing is going to stop? When?
so Wally is walking around scot-free, right?
Everywhere. Driving his nice cars too still. Wearing his nice halftime. And every time he go to the station, they just, you know, they just detain him there for a couple of hours, they let go.
Wow.
And this is our country that, you know, we call the Gambia. Everybody is excited about going this, going that. But my advice to Gambians is like, you know, do not build until you are on the ground. You know, do not give no one, you know, nobody your money out there. Be careful who you're dealing with, because there is a lot of scammers in that country. You know, there is lots of scammers in that country. Just open your eyes, you know, and then you can sit there and say that this thing is not going to happen to me. Man, you're fooling yourself. It will happen from your parent, you know, or from your sister or somebody else, but it happens. It happens. So watch out and, you know, be careful, you know.
So what's the latest with Wally? You know, what's your next move? You know, are you still pursuing this or have you let it go?
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm going to make sure that, you know, yeah, he's not going to go in vain. He's not going to, because with me, it's like, I think that, you know, I, you know, try to pursue everything that I could. I'm not going to take him to court, because anybody that took him to court is not successful. And, you know, remind you, they have won their judgment. They did, but nothing.
So if you won judgment in Gambia, can you put a lien against his property? And
They don't, you know, I think, you know, it's up to the, you know, the judge and the, you know, because even the lawyers and the judge, they all work together. If you go trying to just, you know, complain about this thing, they say that, you know, Gambia be Nyipa Boka. Like, you know, we're all family in the Gambia.
but
We
if we
have
all
to.
family, why so when they are doing this to you, did they think about that?
This is sad. This is sad. We need to be better than that. You know, definitely we need to, you know, and the government should put some, you know, at least some regulation in place for people like, you know, this Mr. Wally Ndow. And like we talk about, there's a lot of Mr. Wally Ndow in that country. When it's come to contract, you know, building construction, or when it's come to real estate, you know, and people have to open their eyes. You know, they have to open their eyes, you know who you're dealing with. This is not a joke. This is serious. You know, me, I can turn around, but maybe, you know, somebody else out there, they cannot turn around, because we sacrifice to give people our life saving just to make sure that we wanted to go back home, just to make sure to take the comfort from here in America. We know how comfortable America is. And then we want the same comfort back home, to make sure that, you know, our kids here in America can have somewhere to call home, so that they can come home with us and stuff. The kids can say, screw it, daddy, I don't want to come home. Or your daughter can say, screw it, daddy, I don't want to be there. You know, because we know, you know, if they turn to 18, we can tell them what to do. You know, but we want
Yeah,
to
but
take the
why would you want to tell an 18-year-old what to do? Let them
No,
make their
I'm
own.
saying that because I'm saying we want to take the comfort down there.
Right.
You know, we want to invest in that country. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, just the situation and how they handle business and the regulation they put in place doesn't definitely
And
support us to,
I'm
you
glad
know.
you said this. Yeah. So yeah, I was talking about, you know, maybe, you know, I don't know if you've seen the shows. I talked about the thieves there too, how rampant it is, how disorganized the airport, how, you talked about obviously the policing. So I was talking about how they would even snatch your wig if you are not careful. They will snatch your phone, all that. There is Wally Ndow's the civilized thieves, but the street thieves. Am I exaggerating, or I'm
No,
spot
it's
on?
there. It's there because this is just we will just come back for come back on what I'm just saying right this minute, because because this is it. There is no regulation. When a country have no rules or regulation or laws, there's outlaws in the street doing what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when I think what was the is something standard newspaper. I wrote a paper down there, just to how to take care of these things. I think we should go back to just train the youth, technical training. You know what I'm saying? Technical institution and stuff like that. Make sure that the youth, these youngsters, will have trade in school. They should have these trade. They should, because if you have a trade, we all know if you have a trade, you have something, in your hand that you can, what I'm saying? You can use and just better yourself, and they should do that. But criminal like that in that country, I think that country should expand their correctional facilities, detention centers, because you have to set an example. You don't let people go, in the name of, they're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. There's a lot of more Gambians coming up, like growing every day, So there's a situation in the country. I think they should take care of that situation immediately. This is like a, pandemic.
So the pandemic is the thieves.
Thieves is everywhere. They will break into, you had stories that they will break into, your home and then vandalize your home. And then on top of that, they can still, they can even kill you, stab you, rob you and then stab you, But I think you definitely have to go through it to understand.
So if you're right, because the reason why I wanted them to hear this from you is because when I say, well, people, they think, oh, Afrodamus is just exaggerating this, but I'm glad you said it too. And so in all this, before we wrap it up here, because I understand like Wally Ndow is your friend before. So in all this, do you think you would advise somebody to simply do business with somebody based on entirely being friends? I mean, how I roll, friends remain in the friend zone. I do business in, separate from friends. So what did you learn from this, and what would you want to say to people who just think, oh, I want to do it with my friend or people I know and stuff like that?
Well, people have to be careful. I think you have to, in any business, you have to do your research, and know who you're dealing with, what kind of person. But most importantly, the people in the diaspora. You cannot leave somebody back home for 10 years or 20 years and thinking that that's our problem, and thinking that that individual is still the individual that you knew, back in the days. People change. Just like you are here, you have changed. I have changed. People change. So you definitely have to do your due diligence, make sure you do your research, but the most importantly, you have to be there, at least from the, from the foundation, or if you're building, or just to make sure that you were there to buy the piece of the real estate that you wanna build on. And then, and when you buying nowadays, when you buy a piece of real estate, what I'm telling to the people is like, do not just, before they will tell you that, okay, you can buy the piece and then fence it and put a gate, you are okay. You're not okay. You're not okay because nobody is there. Make sure that when you buy that land, fence it, put a little whatever you want to do, have somebody else stay there for you, you know, and you know what that person will do, you know, if anybody comes down there, somebody's living there, they will give you a call, you know, and say, hey, Mr.
So,
So-and-so, you know, yeah.
so you're saying if you have your land, even if you fence it, you know, if you are not physically there, no one is physically there, the land is not safe. Somebody can take it.
Somebody can take it, you know. Well, that's our, you know, our parents, what they used to do, because I get this from my father. You know, my father, you know, have a lot of land back in the day when we were growing up. And then he always, like the way I, you know, always, you know, see him rolling back in the day is like whenever he have land, you know, it's not even for him, it's not even important for him to fence it. But the most important thing is to put somebody in that piece of land, just to build like a 1 bedroom. Yeah. And then, you know, and the thing is like, you know, he never lost none of his properties. Everything is there, you know. And then now we, you know, to a point that we came up and then we, you know, inherit those lands, you know. These are, you know, this is in the 90s, you know. So it's there. So make sure that when you buy a property, not only fence the property. People think that when you fence and put barbed wire and stuff, you are safe. No, there's people going around taking pictures, looking at land, empty lands. You know, when nobody is there, they say that, you know, because Gambia is easy to forge papers. You will see one land, like let's say land documents, 5, 6 people have the same land documents.
So you're saying, so if somebody who you think thinks, if you're from America, this is what you know, or Britain, where things are straightforward. So do you think if you're coming to that country, you're coming with that mindset, you know, where you think things are straight, are you setting yourself up to be taken? Like the people that are smiling at you, saying, brother, do they really mean it, or they are doing it because they need something from you?
They all need something from you. They all need something from you. That's why you have to be careful. Do your research, open your eyes, knowing, because in America here, man, buying a home is your biggest investment. There's no way that somebody sell you a home in America and then you'll be like, okay, you know, yeah. And then they will get up again and sell it to Mr. B or Mr. C. No, you know,
Right.
that doesn't happen here. You live here, you know what I'm talking about. So, you know, when somebody from the diaspora, you know, want to invest in that country, do your research. Make sure that you can go. If you cannot go, forget it. It's a waste. Even though if they don't steal your land, but they will take your money, they will take it. And then it's kind of like, you know, because you know, let's say something that you have to spend 100,000, you end up spending 300,000, more than anything out there. Yeah, but
that's this is great information, because you know, the people really needed to hear this, because I'm seeing people who are not even Gambians, who's never been there, they been there a couple times, and they're in the West. They think like they can actually solve these problems, you know, but from what you say, it's deeper than that.
It's deeper, you know, because there is no regulation, you know. A country or a place, you know, that there is no regulation, it's not, they have to enforce. This is, you know, like, you know, just you have a community problem and, you know, the government should be involved. And this is the, you know, just a government problem. Because when there is regulation, there is accountabilities. You know, as far as people, you know, are free to do whatever they want to do without no consequences, that's what happened. You know, today, if you take somebody's money, you know the consequences, you know. So, you know, we have to put those things in place. They are really important. But, you know, my contractors are
Well,
calling me.
we're at the end of the show, anyways. Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
go.
I really appreciate you coming in, and
Thank you for having
it's
me.
been great. Thank you.
But
We'll talk later.
you can have me anytime. You know,
Yeah, that's
anytime.
good to know.
Yeah,
That's good to know, man. For sure. For sure.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank
All
you.
right, take it easy.
You
Peace.
too. Peace.
Uh,
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Yaya. You heard what he said. In fact, you know what? There's a guy here saying, Brian, I was going to wait and do a show later for open mic. But Brian, if you're still here, apparently Brian wants to confront the Afridamus report. I am going to drop the link and bring Brian on for him to confront me about whatever he's supposed to be doing. I'll stay for another 20 minutes before I do my next show, but I'll allow Brian to come here and confront me. So if you're still here, Brian, I just dropped the link. You can come confront me about whatever situation you have going on. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys heard it here, from Yaya himself, what he's going through, dealing with the situation there. I've been telling people here, I'm not making this up. There's no reason for me to make these things up, but they could be better. That's a fact. They could be better, but the only way the things can be better is holding the people accountable. But how can you hold people accountable where there is even the law? You guys heard him. How are you going to take someone, a criminal, to quote unquote anti-crime? That's what they're supposed to be doing. Anti-crime meaning arresting criminals. But the criminal is telling you, oh, I'm too embarrassed to meet the person that I victimized, and they agree to it. That's not law. That's jungle law. So the people have to be enlightened about it. So this is why when I hear people saying, oh, they're going to go there, take over, these people are nice with the land, I'm like, okay, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll have a quick conversation with the guy named Brian here. Apparently, he has something to say. I'll let him on. Okay. Brian, are you Brian?
Yeah.
All right. We can hear you nice and crispy. So, Brian, what is the issue that you have with the Afridamus?
So check this out, right? Usually I don't get confrontational, whether it be in real life or over the internet, because of certain experiences that I've had with the repercussions of such. But let me take you back to, I think it was 2 or 3 videos ago. I think there was a live stream on African Millennials channel about the African React. And afterwards, I think it was that same day or maybe a day after, you brought him on. It was you, him, St. James, and probably someone else that was on the show, right? That was speaking. And you mentioned my name in something, which is what is triggering this reaction. Now, it's not necessarily a trigger, it just sparked the reaction. But on that day, on that live, now let me gather my thoughts so I'm not getting this wrong because it's skipping my head. I can't remember clearly. But you mentioned something about pandarus, Nigerian pandarus, right?
I made an entire video about it.
I'm not talking about that video. You didn't call me in that video. My name was not made in that video. The one you made the last time was about the other guys. I don't care about them. I don't know if you've noticed properly. Whenever I come into any certain panel with those people, most especially the two Niger brother, I usually get into arguments with them because I feel like their ideologies are irrational. You know what I mean? So on that first show with African React on, you mentioned my name as a Nigerian panderer. So now I want to ask you, what about the statements that I made you feel like I was a Nigerian panderer? Because I don't like someone putting words into my mouth at all.
Well, you want me to recall something that you are triggered by. I don't remember talking about you, but if you had said something, if you had said something that is along the lines of pandering, I'm not surprised that I called it like I've seen it. But if you want to tell us what you said and what I said, why I said it was pandering, I'm open to it. I'm all ears.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, right? It said, I don't know how you forget this, but it took you a while to mention my name on that video because you probably couldn't remember my name because I'm not regular on these panels. You know what I'm saying? I don't use my real name when I come onto panels even. But I mentioned something about violence underage violence within our teenage years in school and all that, secondary school, violence that have led to the loss of lives of many people, especially secondary school kids in the city I'm from in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
And
Now I
you
remember.
said,
I remember. I remember
all
you.
right.
You're the
You
one
remember,
that.
so explain it. What's
Go ahead.
pondering about that?
No,
No,
that's not.
I'm asking you now
Wait,
since you
wait,
remember.
wait,
What was
wait, wait,
pondering
wait.
about that?
Hold on. If that's what you said, I remember exactly how I responded to that. I said, I don't know what kind
Okay,
of.
yeah.
I said, I don't know what kind of, society he's talking about. I said, that's a bit much. I said, where we come from, yes, the people, if someone, is talking smack, you will tell them, I'll see you at 2:30, meaning after school. I said, you fight it out. I said, but as far as somebody dying, I've never heard of that. I said, wherever this guy come from, that's completely different from us. But keep going. What else did you say that made me
And
say
then you
pandering?
called that pandering.
Why would I call that
Then you called that
pandering?
pandering.
No, I didn't call that
But that's what you
pandering.
said. You did call my name. The point of the video was to address as that segment of the video was to address a group of Nigerians that you
Well,
felt were pandering. And let's be
well,
honest, when I called
did
into the
you
show,
wait? Well, hold
at
on, hold
first
on,
I called in to defend African React.
dude. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I recall this very statement that you made, right? So if that's what you said, that was in pandering. I wouldn't. Why would that be called pandering? Who you
Yeah,
pandering
of
to?
course, that's what I'm saying.
That's
It's
not
not
pandering.
pandering. But why would you say I
I
was
don't know.
pandering then?
I don't know what you hearing, but if you continue, like when you say panderers, the video that I made, right? You seen my video about panderers. Did you make it in the cut?
No, you didn't say my name in that one.
Then that means you're not a professional panderer. You didn't make it up to the cut.
So what you saying I'm a show panderer?
I don't know. I remember you saying something about
Okay.
after school. That's not pandering. That's about that much that I remember about
So on that
you.
video, on that
Mhm.
first video with African React, you did say I was pandering, which that was what I was just gonna address here. Now
Yeah.
before we go on here, let me just say something to a few people in the chat, right? Someone said that Brian you couldn't cry about it. Negro, I'm not fucking crying, I'm talking. You hear my voice, right? Someone else is over there talking about I want an apology. I'm not wanting an apology from anyone I don't know in real life. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep that straight. Get that
So
straight. And once again, just like I said, when I called into that show at first, I called in to defend African Reacts. The first person I went ahead and went against was Sir Will, the Sierra Leonean brother. And what I told him was that he doesn't need to be overlooking a young African's child trauma in the USA just because of to befit the narrative of his. You know what I'm saying? That was the first one.
yeah, I
Now,
mean, I get that, but see, I did not see the whole show whatsoever. But this part that you said, I recall that, and I don't know what makes you think I said you were pandering. That's not pandering. And I remember exactly how I responded. I said that's a bit much. I said
okay,
where I'm from. I said where I'm from. I've never seen that. I said, even if I said that would be very weird. So if you didn't make it,
Now,
your name officially didn't
let
make
me
it
let
to
me
the
say
Pandora's
something, right?
box,
African rap.
let me.
Sorry, I didn't hear you there.
Yeah, you gotta let me finish. So you in the chat you wrote, you said you were coming, you wanted to come confront me. But you see, that's a strong word, because you see, if you're saying something, for instance, like let's say to Niger, right? You know, to Niger. And I said it in my video. I said, so far, most of the Nigerians that I've seen in these panels, I said, I don't know what is going on, but they are pandering. And I stand by that. So I don't know if, so far from what you said, I wouldn't call that pandering. But if there's other things that you said and I see it as pandering, I would call it that too. It's nothing
Okay, so
personal.
let me. I think I knew the knowledge. I'm sorry, the logic that you were using there, rather, yeah, because I was very diverse in my perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'll try my best to be as rational as possible. I'm not trying to keep it all fair and balanced because sometimes it wouldn't be. But what I pretty much done, I think I said some things that you would find good and some you would find bad. And
no,
what I
I
felt is
don't.
that you came on your channel and you took the good part out, but you took the bad part up, and then you came because you said my name. You said Brian, that Brian guy. You said it. You said it once, just once, but I knew it was my name. You talked about it a few times, and you just couldn't figure my name out because I'm not popular on here. I don't plan to be anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I think the logic he used is because I said certain things that happen within the African American society happen same within my society. You then felt like I'm pandering to them to seem like we have the same kind of societies.
No, no. See, I would, if somebody explained, like, I don't live in your part of Nigeria. I've never been to Nigeria. So what you were explaining, I heard it. You said in, where you come from. Now I remember what you said. And I didn't respond to that as pandering, because to me, I was very intrigued and interested in what you were saying. You see, I'm not going to discount your knowledge of your own society where you grew up, the things you've seen, because I'm not there. So maybe,
Okay.
yeah,
I
that's
think we
not,
have nothing. I think we have nothing more than 2 minutes on here anyway. There isn't so much here to talk about, other than some
hey,
fuckheads in the chat. Don
hey,
Langdon, what
no,
are you
no, it's
saying, bro?
look, it's fine.
Don't.
you,
Yeah.
you have to remember, it's freedom. It's freedom of speech. I'm a proponent of freedom of speech. Like,
Yeah.
people can express what they see fit, how they see things,
Yeah.
but we have to be open to it. We cannot, call other people, those names and stuff. We can engage each other, respectfully and stuff. But
Yeah. I know what
yeah,
you're saying, but Don Lang, what is he saying? Brian is another lost soul who doesn't know where he is and where he's going in life. Like, what's this
yeah,
guy talking about?
but do you know where you are in life, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Yeah,
weird
why
on here.
yeah,
But
why worry?
what I'm saying is this, right? So let me just ask you a few questions because even on that panel when I said that, some people were going all crazy and stuff, and even on your show in the chat when you were trying to figure my name out,
Hmm.
trying to address that point that I made, Audrey came and said she put it in the chat. She's like, "Are you talking about Brian?" And then I think you didn't see that, but later on you figured the name out. But let me ask you just a set of questions, right? Just to put it in perspective to these people. Just imagine as just like you said, okay, I'll meet you at half two after a quarrel or an altercation went on in school within two kids. And then two kids go out there. Now they might be in groups or it might just be both of them. They go into a fight. And because of certain, not necessarily culture, but certain dimensions of their society, they felt one of them ended up stabbing the other, or both of them ended up injuring themselves, which in some cases could be brutal or it could be fatal. just imagine. Do you think that in that case, if they pulled out a dagger or broken bottle or a wood with a piece of just to hit themselves with it, even, do you think that there's a propensity of someone dying in that case?
Look, I'm not, again, I've never lived in your
No, once
society.
again, it's a simple question. Like if
I
someone
don't
pulls out a
think,
dagger in a fight, is there a propensity of someone dying? That's all.
I don't know. Did someone die?
The point I'm trying to make is if both set group of people pulled out daggers, then there's a high propensity of someone dying. Now the goal might not necessarily be to get someone killed, but in the midst of the adrenaline rush, one of the kids put it into someone else. Like there's a very high propensity that one of those kids will die. Yes,
Yeah,
that's happened a lot in my society. Now imagine how many more times that ignorant kids can do that to themselves. Now the point I was making there was the same point that you would be making. I was just making it in a different manner. What I was
yeah.
saying is that these
Well,
things happen in my society as well. However, it's not culture to us. Matter of fact, it's only a trend and it's going to end. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not something that we look forward to keeping or anything like that. People are harsh where I'm from. We're getting to altercations verbally, physically. However, it's not a part of my culture. That's what I was talking about. I was telling them man as well. Just because it happens in your society doesn't necessarily mean it's a culture. Now, the reason it happens in my society is because in '99 we had an ethnic crisis over there. We had a tension that creates a set of insurgent activities that rippled to cause a militant um, group in that part of the nation, right? And it's almost like kids have saw that throughout the past few generations. They've seen it, and people have kind of adopted those behaviors
so it's
at
a
a very
culture.
young age.
It's a culture.
It's not a culture.
You
Just
do
like I said,
realize
it's a
you do
trend.
realize culture is man-made. It is
No,
something.
it could be man-made,
Well, hold on,
but
hold on,
in
hold
most
on.
cases, when men make culture, it's a trend. That's why I said it's
No,
something that's going to
but
end, and it's
okay.
end. It's
Well,
ending.
well, that's fine. But you know, for me, you know, what you were explaining, I'm not passing any judgment on it whatsoever. You know, because the way you said it, right? The way you said it, and in the context the conversation was on, they were talking about Black American culture. So you came and said that to mirror, you know, what you're saying and connect it to, you said this happens where you're from too. So if that's cultural, because
No, but
culture,
that's
hold on.
yeah, yeah.
I've
Go
heard
on.
it. Culture is something that people around they do. The children, they is like you explain. That's how culture is formed. The children, they've seen it, it happened, and they are replicating it. So
Now let me stop you there, right?
when people replicate people replicate a certain behavior, because there is good culture, there is toxic culture as well. So
Okay, so let me stop you there because that's where you get it wrong. That's what I'm saying again. You're
but
taking
then
whatever
why
part.
did you
No,
but
you're
why
taking
did
what you want
you
to believe out of it. No, I said the reason I said that is to
Hmm.
say that that is not part of my culture because it actually is not part of my culture.
Then
My
why
culture
didn't
is
you say
superior
that?
to anything like that. I said that for people to understand that because it happens in your culture doesn't mean it's part of it happens in your society, not culture necessarily, doesn't mean that it's your culture. People are considering that to be their culture. That's the problem at hand. I do not consider that to be my culture. You understand what I'm saying?
I
So
guess
that's pretty much the point.
cultural
And when you say something about
superiority.
emulation, no, just because we emulate things as human beings doesn't necessarily mean that it's bound to be integrated into cultural prospects of ours. You know what I mean?
So
Just
it
like I
is
said, it only
so it
happens
is
with
culture,
kids.
right?
No, wait, just like I said, it only happens within secondary schools. Now, in some
Yeah,
cases,
it's
maybe a
so
little bit
that's the
older.
culture. Is
No,
the
no, 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 no,
culture
no,
in the
no, 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 no,
secondary
no.
school?
It's not the culture because it's an underwhelmed activity in within secondary schools. You know what I'm saying? I'm
So
just saying that from the cloth I'm from, I've seen it
okay,
happen to people.
if it's not a culture, then what is it?
Just like I said earlier on, it's a trend that is dying anyway.
So
I just made that example, and people were
it's a
acting like, "Oh,
cultural
what's this guy
trend.
talking about?"
It's
What?
a cultural trend.
It's not a cultural trend. I will not concede it to be my culture, and my people do not concede to that as well.
Yeah, well,
What I'm saying, it's not cultural to us because people don't practice it. First and foremost, it's in a very very minute demography of society, so minute that it doesn't even count. Second of all, it's dying off.
So that
approach to things is dying off.
So that culture is dying off.
It's not a culture. Once again, I've seen culture. You've seen culture.
Well,
you can't. Are you gonna tell me now that you grew up in Sierra Leone, right? Are you gonna tell me that when you saw the ethnic wars that happened whilst you were growing up there,
it wasn't
that ethnic wars, of course, created some very dangerous group of people in that society? Are you gonna tell me that was part of the Sierra Leonean culture, or that was part of your culture?
Well, that was a civil war. It wasn't an ethnic war.
Mine was a civil war as well.
But that's not what you said. You were telling me this is how these school children are settling their scores.
Yeah, so, but it's not all of them. It's not an overwhelming amount of them. That's what it takes to create culture in the first place.
You know, in America, we have a gun culture, right? There is over 400 million guns in this country. And
that's an overwhelming amount.
Well, hold on. I'm just saying we have a gun culture in America, but that doesn't mean that people are going around shooting at each other. Do people shoot and kill people? Sometimes some do. It's not everybody, but we still have that gun culture. You see what I'm saying? So just when you say culture, it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, everybody is doing that particular thing.
Exactly, but it has to be an overwhelming amount of people, which is not in this case. In my case, I'm telling you.
Well, that's not like I said. I'm not too concerned with that. All I know is somebody came, talked about how things are run wherever they come from, and was just making it clear the society where I come from, that is not a thing. So the way students handle things, you know, our school culture wasn't like that.
Just like you said, you don't know the context in which I'm speaking about. Now I know the context, and what I'm saying is that you called me a panderer on that show, thinking I'm trying to relate my culture with their culture, which to start off with is not my culture. That's why I came here to address that. You called me a panderer on that show, and I don't pander to anybody.
What else did you say that made me say you are a
you literally that one? It was only that I said. You called me out for that and then called me a panderer. There was nothing else that I said. There was nothing else that you brought up.
Oh. Well, sounds like that's settled.
Well, anything it sounds else? Like you took your words back, innit? That's what it more sounds like to me.
I do. Why would I take my words back?
Because that's what you said.
It's funny, you know. It's really.
I could have brought the video here, even.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny to me right now? You actually thinking so highly of yourself, showing up here saying you're going to confront me and convincing yourself that I am taking my words back, as if I care about what you are saying. Do you honestly believe I care about what you are saying? I don't.
Of course, you don't care about anything, do you?
I just wanted to let you
don't care.
You know,
you don't care enough, but you put the link in the chat. Man, stop for that, bro. Stop for that.
Well, because I wanted to hear you come and try to defend whatever. Dude, it's not that serious. People,
it's not
let me
serious,
finish.
but you put words in my mouth.
Let me finish.
Don't cutting me off. It's not that serious, man.
Let me finish, okay? Literally, you came here and you did not say anything interesting. You're trying to, you explain something, and and I'm telling you, what you're saying to me this is not even sounds to me. You can open the Webster's dictionary right now and look up the meaning of culture, and you would see exactly that's what you just explained. But now you want to clean it up and make it seem like I actually care about this. Is this what you wasted my time for? I have another show that I'm setting up.
Look here, bro. I'm not wasting nobody's time doing anything.
Well,
But
I
if you
just
want to
told
kick me
you
out,
you
if you want to kick
wasted
me out of the show, kick me
my.
out of the show. But I'm probably busier than you, bro. I'm not a YouTube boy. You get it?
Oh
Don't play that
yeah,
with me. Talking
yeah,
about wasting your
yeah.
time.
Oh
What are you
sure,
talking about?
you're so important.
I'm wasting your time.
Your culture is superior. You
I'm
told us
wasting your
how.
time.
You
Telling me
told
I'm
us
wasting your time.
how.
You're the one doing shows on YouTube, my guy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
managed to catch
oh,
your show today because I'm off work on a Sunday
oh
evening.
yeah, I'm
You
sure
know what I'm saying?
you're so busy and
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
You don't watch
I'm
YouTube,
important to
but
myself, man. You won't
yeah.
downplay me like the other guys
Oh
that
yeah.
you do
Oh
on your
yeah.
show.
Sure. You're
No,
so important. You know, you had to
no.
go and to you had to waste your brain cells to try to remind me of a show I don't even know how long ago it was. Your
And you
brain is
wasted
so
your brain
occupied.
cells calling my
Hold
name
on,
out. Why did
hold
you
on.
waste your brain cells calling my name out?
Oh, I don't even remember that. Let me ask you. Let me ask you a few questions here. I'm glad you came. Let me ask you some. Um, are you a mama's boy?
Me, mama's boy. My mom passed away at very early age when I
No.
was a very
Well,
young boy. So there is no way I'm a mama's boy. You know what I'm
what
saying?
about
What is that?
grandma's boy? Were you raised by
I
a
never
grandma?
even lived with my grandma, but I never knew that person.
You have a lot of anger. Have you? Has anyone ever
What
told you
anger?
this?
What anger? There's no
Because you
anger.
see, you can't even control yourself. You cannot even let things go, dude. People make entire
It's not
videos.
things let things go.
Hold
It's
on.
not about
People make entire videos about me. You know, people come in my chat here. They call me names. Do you see me? You know, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna confront you. I'm gonna come." You know, dude.
okay.
If you have,
How many shows later did I come back? So you've done about 2-3 shows later
yes,
going
because
to the show before I came
well,
back. You know
because
why?
you're so. Hold on. You're
Because
so
I just
important.
saw your
Hold on.
video. No, I saw your
Wait.
live stream today and I got reminded by it. It's not like I carry it in my heart or my chest.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
because you're so important. You know, you got important things to do, and yet you're able
Of
to
course.
remember this. Amazing.
Of course. But
Wow.
you remember it now though, don't you?
Yeah.
What
Well,
you think
because
I'm going throughout my whole week with you in my mind?
oh, okay. You were busy. You were busy. You know, frustrating yourself. Oh, I cannot believe Afridamus said this. I say a lot of things, my
Now,
friend.
first and foremost, when I came on here, I didn't even show any signs of frustration or anything. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask the audience here.
Of course, they're gonna be on
Audience,
your side.
no. Why would they be on my side? Audience,
Look at
who
them in the
thinks?
chat already.
Hold on. Audience, who here thinks Brian is acting like a beta simp? Put one, and those who think he's not a beta, put two. Let's see how many ones we get here, Brian.
Of course, they're gonna be on your side because they've
Why
been on
would
your
they,
side the whole time.
why would they
I
be
mean, you're
on
the
my
man with the
side?
platform, innit? You're the man
Huh?
with the platform. You're
You
the one
see
with the
the ones?
platform.
You see the ones?
You see, I told you already. I projected it. They're gonna be on your side.
Oh,
No,
you,
because you're the one that have the platform. You're the one that have the platform.
oh,
They have to come on here. They have to come on here and suit you. They have to suit you pretty much.
it's okay, Brian. You
Once
know,
was talking about
you're
don't
good.
ask for attention. I'm not
Brian.
asking for attention.
Brian,
I'm not here asking anyone to use
you're
for
still
money or
good.
PayPal account or anything like that. Don't
You
blame me.
what? Say that. Say
I said
what?
I'm not on here asking anyone for money or PayPal accounts or anything. So people that
Oh,
say I'm asking for attention, I'm not asking for no attention.
so
I'm just trying.
so you want to come here and waste my time, but you don't want to hit my PayPal account. What is this all about, Brian?
No, I'll donate to you. I'll donate to you. Also, I'll support brother out. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
I've
you.
actually got a
Thank
living
you.
out here. I
It
earn
is
a
my
living out here.
it is my birthday month. So you will be
No,
contributing
okay,
to
you
the
know what? You know
uh-huh.
what? We're going to make okay. Only if we could make it public, just people to see that. Look, I'm not my feelings about anything. I'm just here chatting to a brother. That's all.
Okay,
You know what I'm
good. I
saying?
mean, you're good in my book. We're still good.
I'm a hard working person. I'm diligent in life. If you want a little 500 here and there, I'll put it up to you, man.
Oh,
I'm not one of these people that sit on YouTube chats all day.
the cash app and the PayPal is up. Everyone heard you that you're gonna donate to the church, And I'll be sure to remind them, you know, if you did or not, just like you came and reminded me of, you know, whatever you said, I said. But, you know, they all heard you. Thank you very much in
Look,
advance.
and look, thank everyone. Sorry, thanks to everyone in the chat, right, for
Hmm.
hating on the brother just talking, just talking their own perspective out, and
Right,
freaking
right. It
both
happens,
riding
Brian.
Afridemos. And what's this Nakmizi old boy Nakmizi talking about? This guy back down quick. Old boy, shut up, man.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all in love.
No, I like to cuss a lot, man. I like to cuss. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. It's easy.
Well,
Nothing else.
but you see now you're saying, Afridamus, you're talking about my PayPal, but you're using these words in my video, and I cannot make anything from it. But
No,
you say
you're gonna make what you mean? What you mean? You're gonna make money, bro.
no,
People
you're
say when you
here.
curse on YouTube. What are you talking about?
No, because they are, you said you like to curse, you know, and you're doing that. That would completely mess it up. But then you you know you're here complaining about my PayPal and my Cash App. You see how that
I'm
doesn't
not complaining about it. When did I complain about it? I said
you
I'm gonna
mentioned?
support your team on paper. That's all.
Oh,
That's no
oh,
complaint. That's literally
okay.
the opposite.
Hey, I'll accept the offer. Thank you, my friend.
I'm gonna do it. Look, I'm a hardworking and diligent brother. I work construction. I make my money. You know what I'm saying? I look after myself. How
Oh,
many
that's good.
chat rooms do you see me in? You don't see my
Oh,
name in chat rooms. And what's not me
what
saying?
what
I'm a
type of
brand stuff.
what type of construction do you do?
Talking housing construction, like legit construction.
I
That's all.
I've worked because I've worked construction
So
before.
you know how sweet that industry is, yeah?
Yeah,
You know how well it pays.
I used to build forms.
Foams.
Yeah, forms. Foundations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
phones. Yeah.
yeah,
No, I
yeah,
know what you're
and
saying. I know
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. I'm
Uh,
and I have great carpentry skills as well. Welding. I'm
Good for
just
you. Good for you. Hopefully that you can transfer those skills to your society in the Gambia, right? Instead of trash talking Gambia all the
did,
time. Now I know
oh
you said
really?
the
Did
truth.
you hold on?
You
Did
said
you
the truth. No,
wait
most people
wait?
say the truth.
Did you not hear what? Did you just not hear what happened to this guy who just
I know
came off?
I heard. No, that's why I say most time you say the truth. I'm being honest with you now.
Uh-huh.
Most time you say the truth. But the
Yeah.
thing is, and we'll have to tone it down a little bit. But I don't really care about that. It happens over there. Hopefully you can transfer those skills over there. Now I'm
Well,
about to go. Now I'm
for
about
the
to go.
skills to work, for the skills to work, we have to root out those elements like that, because if not, they would sabotage what we really want to do, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I understand the significance of what you're doing here. Now, before I go, I'm just gonna say right now, Kmezi talking about I'm pocket washing. I'm not pocket washing. I just said on here
Ignore
publicly.
the chat
No,
room. They're
I know.
messing with you.
I just said publicly, I'm gonna support your team on PayPal, right?
Mhm.
Hopefully he can go support you as well because all they do is come on here and talk. They want platforms that they can come spew on, but they don't support. Now, Audrey came in. What are you talking about? Bricklayer. If you had a
Uh,
bricklayer job, at least you'll be lucky enough to have a
Brian,
bricklayer job, innit? But
Brian,
in every chat,
I'm
Audrey came in. Don't disrespect me, you
Brian,
jobless guy.
but Brian,
Yeah.
bricklayer is not an insult.
It's not an insult, but why is she just throwing it out there? No,
No, but she's not.
Nigerians do that. So Nigerians, they like using that as an
Yeah,
insult to people.
no, but see, that's not a see. You've seen where people they just like to trigger you. Like you've seen people in the chat, even in my own comment section, they say, "Afridamus, why don't you go drive your Uber?" I just laugh about it. I'm not I don't look down on Uber driving, none of that. If that's what I have to do, I'll do that.
No, I understand what you're saying.
But I'm if they say what I'm
Yeah.
that's my profession.
And what's
I
this?
don't do. I know that's not my profession, so I could care
No, I'm
less.
proud. Look, I'm not gonna say the bricklayers all over the place. I'm not gonna down talk them. They're working
Do you
hard,
want?
providing
Do
for
you want
themselves
her?
and
Do
their
you want her
family.
to call you a plumber instead?
Look, plumbers, one of my close friends are plumbers. I'm not gonna disrespect them. But the
A,
thing is, what I
a
said, like I
plumber.
said, a
What's his
plumber.
job? Is he laying pipes Is
Yeah,
he like
He works. He lay pipes.
he lay pipes?
No, not lay pipes like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Nah, you're crazy. I'm gonna go jump off soon, right? Now, Audrey came me. Look, I'm not being sensitive. I'm just joking around with you, right? I'm talking. You man are talking.
Well,
I'm just replying and doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Crying, Brian. Well, man, knock music. Keep quiet, man.
all right.
Talking about need to control your thicker skin. This guy that goes on the meltdowns on panels, talking about 50 years of age.
You know
going
what?
on meltdowns on
Actually, Brian, I hope you were
quiet, man.
able. I'm gonna, take a break here and then come back in about an hour. It's gonna be open line Sunday. Open
Oh,
line
that'd be
Sunday.
great.
Yeah,
That'd be
open
great.
line Sunday. So people would have the chance to call in, and Afridamos' haters, mostly the haters are welcome. You can come and have your discussion, what your issues are with Afridamos, or your issue with whoever. We can talk about it here.
And most especially you, man, when you coming down, be coming down with an idea of supporting the PayPal as well. You know what I mean? Because
Yes, that's very important.
You just want to put on me now, but you guys have been on here not supporting anything. Someone's talking about I don't have a face, I don't have my camera on, bro. Keep quiet. We're not even heard of your voice
Yeah,
before,
just
so nobody cares. You know what I'm saying?
come on through in the next hour or so. We'll have that. It's gonna be open line Pan Africanist talk day, so you would have the chance.
I appreciate it. I have a good luck with that one. I most probably will not be there. Because once again, I'm a busy brother. Go walk in tomorrow. I have to go do my due diligence for the night. Now, I might be there, might not be there. Don't hold me to it. But I'm going to support your team, yeah, and show the people when I done it, show the people the receipts and that. It's going to have Brian on it. That's going to be the name.
Oh no, I'll be sure to I'll be sure to tell them too.
So it's cool. So all of you bums in the chat that don't support nothing and coming on here sticking it up on me. I know you man are falling in love with me now. Put my name all over the chat but support the team as well. Yeah. Bums.
Hey, Brian, thanks for coming.
Audrey and them bombs, man.
Look, Audrey. Audrey takes shots at me all the time. That's what Audrey does. It's all in love, okay? Don't. No,
it's all right. It's all right. It's love.
So trust me. Audrey takes shots at even Africanos all the time, okay? Don't be mad. It's okay.
No, it's the same thing I'm doing. We're just joking. Don't be mad, people, right? Not Mizzy, soft as baby shit at 50 years of age. Come on, man. Audrey Kemi, bomb. Positive vibes, you bomb.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amilcar, that's my boy.
Whoever's
there. Look here, Mark, you're a bum, man.
You know what? You're calling everybody a bum except the real bum, Johanna. I didn't see him here today.
Who's that?
Oh, you don't know him?
Johanna.
Johanna catches the evening shows. If you come back in an hour or so, when I start the show, Johanna would probably be here. You get to meet him.
Yeah, and you know what we're gonna do, right?
Right.
On your new show in an hour from now, I'm donating to the PayPal publicly live. We'll do it. I'll turn my camera on, share my screen, and we're gonna do it. So all you bums, bomb yourselves over in an hour time and freaking experience the love in it, the real one.
All right, man.
In the chat hating.
I'll see you later, bro.
I'm done, man. See you later.
Okay,
bro.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Brian. You guys see, Brian came and said he was confronting the Afridamus report, but you guys have seen. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to, prolong this other video because it's off of the interview. I'm gonna wrap it up and then come back within, let's say an hour or hour and a half, and it's going to be Pan-Africanist Sunday, and the lines would be open. The haters, the witches, the bums, whoever, you can call in and say your piece. All right? It's gonna be fun. Be open, be ready. Those of you that just want to watch, get your popcorns ready. But you guys have also heard what Mr. Yaya said here. Yeah, Jammeh, what happened to him over there in Gambia? Obviously, those cops, they are bums. The judges are acting like bums. The lawyers are acting like bums. So Afridamos is gonna keep talking about it. People can be upset all they want, but if they want me to stop talking about it, they gotta change it. And when they change it to something better, I would be sure to talk about that too. But until then, I will see you guys in about an hour or so. Thanks.